Hi, I'm Taneal Roach. I am the founder, director, and principal consultant for Empower People Solutions. My unique contribution is the pontiff of clarity, as described in Impact Alchemy. And what do I want to achieve in the world? I guess the business that I've started is really all about providing help and support where it's needed, particularly within the human resources function. I am a output of burnout post-COVID and realised that there was more to life than slogging away at the corporate world for someone else, and realised how much pressure the HR industry was under going through that change. So created my own business to be able to go into small to medium-sized businesses and help other HR functions, or provide support where there are no HR functions, and really understand what a business is looking to do and how best to get to that end result as simply and as connected as possible. So the top three problems, I'm not sure if they're top three, but certainly after returning to Australia from overseas, I was unsure of myself coming back into the market and how I compared to my peers and colleagues in the Australian market, and therefore what role I should really consider taking. I did take on a role and lasted 18 months, realizing I was not really doing what I wanted to do and had lost my boundaries. So I think for me, the beauty of working with Kath really allowed me to hone in on the ability to be clear about what my offering is, and therefore create boundaries around what I do want to do and don't want to do upfront. It's given me a lot of confidence as well in terms of knowing what I stand for, knowing who I am, what I can contribute, and being able to deliver on that. So if I hadn't done something about these problems, I would have got into the same role that I had before, and almost did. I almost accepted a role that was very similar to what I'd done in the past. I would have ended up in a burnout further stage, and really probably would have got out of the corporate game altogether. I think the impact on my career would have been quite limiting, and really just overall unhappiness of where I'm at and what I'm doing. So I think for me, going through this program has enabled me to really stop and think about what I want and what suits me. And as a result, set up the business that I've got to be able to help others and do what I'm skilled at, but in a way that works for me and works for my mental health. And the change has been quite phenomenal in terms of just getting that balance right, being able to pick and choose the work that I want to do, and being able to be a much better person for both myself, my friends, my family, and turn up to life every day. So I found the alchemy profile process really interesting, and it really honed in on, I guess, things that I like, and it was able to help Kath articulate where my value is, and really help me see where my value is. I think it was an enriching process, both in terms of just uncovering for future roles and activities, what do I need to be looking for? And also I actually showed the output to a few friends of mine and colleagues who violently agreed with the profile that goes to show, I guess, the relatedness that the results went on to show. For me, I think it's really been able to allow me to hone in on my offering for the business, and really pinpoint specifically what sorts of things I can help businesses with, and where I get my energy from, and therefore it's really not work at all, which is a new way of living, which is fantastic. I've also been able to put a profile together based on the alchemy output, and I use that in my proposals going forward to display how I approach situations and what the uniqueness about consulting with me is. And I've had phenomenal feedback on both my proposals and the support that I offer in, I guess, reconfirming my strengths in that alchemy. So I guess the flow-on effect has the confidence or the built-up confidence in me has also, I've noticed it personally. And I think that having gone through this process, again, really allows me to be clear about who I am, what I stand for, what I want. And therefore, that comes across in my ability to communicate and be confident about what I'm saying, and being able to make sure that I'm putting my best foot forward, and that's well received by my customers and clients. So I think the overall results of the business are pretty sensational in terms of, since I've launched my business in July, I think I've had maybe a week or two where I haven't had work. I've managed to have ongoing projects and a variety of projects across a variety of customers and businesses, which I think goes to the versatility that I can offer. And I think that's all based on me being able to articulate what it is I can offer and being confident in what I'm offering. I've had sensational feedback from business owners, both in terms of the work I'm producing and sort of ongoing references and referrals. So it's really had a quite a profound impact on both my personal happiness in terms of how I manage and set boundaries. And I've even started saying no to some customers on the back of knowing that it won't work long term. And so again, reinforcing those boundaries, being able to say no in terms of affordability, which is fantastic. And I think, setting myself up for the future in terms of getting a strong reputation as a strong consultant that knows what they're doing and can deliver on what they're promising. So all really, really positive outputs. And I think the key for me, though, is my general mental health and well-being, and just being such a happier version of myself, much more content, much more confident, and sort of available to turn up or show up in life and be a good person, which I think was something I was feeling I was starting to lack prior to going on this journey. So I think the key for me was probably when I shared the results with those who knew me well, particularly from a professional standpoint. And, as they read through the alchemy, they're nodding and were just confirming and reconfirming, I should say, how spot on it was. So I think the process speaks for itself to get such incredibly articulate and specific perceptions around who I am as a person. I think that's pretty cool and is a credit to Kath's ability to dig deep and pull out high-level themes and get a sense of the big picture. Such a worthy program and results to share and get out. So all the very best, and we'll speak soon.